Hi everyone, I'm Jack, and in this video, I'm going to tell you my interesting story about how I ended up finding myself traveling alone in Poland after my friend left me to go on a different trip. I went with my friend, but then she ended up changing her mind and she was going to Austria instead. So I thought we were going to be traveling together, but now I was just here alone. So we went to the park and I'm just sitting down and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'll just text my mom. So I start texting my mom. I'm just like thinking around like, okay, what do I do? And so I went to go get some food because I was hungry. And I found some like good Polish food. I ate some pierogies and stuff. And then I found a place that sold like $1.50 beers and shots. So I have like I have some soup there. And then after that, I'm like, okay, well I need something to do. So I just go online and I book a tour for Auschwitz, which is like the concentration camp. And on the way back, there was a girl sitting across from me, and she was like, "Oh, are you solo traveling?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And she was also. So we ended up like exchanging contacts, and later on she texted me. She's like, "Okay, let's go get something to eat or something. Let's do something since you're also alone here." So we went to the bar that I had found earlier, and we ended up sitting up with these other Welsh people because she was also Welsh, and it was like basically a mom and a grandma. And they were like super drunk and they were so crazy. But then this other like guy like around my age comes over to us, and he was from the UK and he heard us speaking English. So he's like, "Oh, like you guys are speaking English, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, they're from Wales and I'm from the US." And he sits down with us and we just keep talking to him, and we go inside to have some more drinks. And that's when like a Polish woman comes over to us. She's like, "Hey guys, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in so long." And I was like, "What the hell?" Like, we don't know who she is. She's like, "Oh guys, there's like this weird like creepy guy. I'm pretty sure he's actually from Poland, but he's telling me he's from the US, and he keeps talking to me, but I don't want to talk to him, so I pretended I knew you guys." And she's like, "We should leave here, we should go somewhere else. I know this like good place, it's like Latin music club." So we went with her, and like we have to like lose the other Welsh people because they were too drunk and they were like crazy, the grandma and the mom. So like the Polish woman is like, "Oh, like let's bring your mom home, like let's bring her there." And then like we have to remind her that like this is like a 80-year-old and a like 50-year-old. This is not like when I say a mom and a grandma, I'm talking about like young. So she drops her off inside, and we like basically just run away and we go to the Latin music club. There we met like a Spanish guy, and we met all these guys from the Netherlands. And we started hanging out with the guys from the Netherlands. We party all night, and we had a group of like 10 plus people at this point. And we're all decided that we're quite hungry still. So at like 2 a.m. we go to McDonald's and we order McDonald's, and we take the seats from like a random restaurant nearby, and we're all sitting outside chatting shit, talking about nuggets, and we're just eating the nuggets in the McDonald's, and it was so good. And then from there, the next day I like just went on a hike alone, and I wanted to see some more of the city. But then luckily, like later in the night, they text me again, and they're like, "Oh, what are you up to? Let's all hang out again." So that basically night repeats. We have another great night, hang out again, and then the next day I was supposed to leave, but at the nighttime we were out again, they're like, "Oh, when are you leaving?" I was like, "Well, tomorrow." They're like, "No, you shouldn't leave tomorrow. You should come like stay more, and we could keep hanging out." I was like, "Yeah, but I gotta get back to the UK." And they're like, "No, it's like only $8 to stay in this hostel, so you should just stay in the hostel one more night and we could have fun and do it." I was like, "Okay, fine, you've convinced me." It wasn't that hard to convince me because $8, come on, I mean, it was great. So I stayed there an extra night, and actually extra 2 nights, and we just kept hanging out, exploring the city, exploring the history of the city, getting more food, going out at the nighttime, and it ended up being a really great experience where I had started just like not knowing anyone, sitting on a park bench. To the end, I had this group of like 10 people who we were just all hanging out every day, doing different things, different groups, and it was a great time. Before, I definitely had so many stigmas about what solo travel was like. It was really, in the past, I kind of thought it was going to be exactly how my beginning experience was, where I would just not have anything to do, not have anyone to talk to, and I would just get really bored because I really enjoy spending time with other people. However, After this experience, I found that even traveling on my own, there's so many ways that I could meet people. I could go on tours, I could go on a bar crawl, I could go to a bar, that I could just go to a museum. There's actually, I found like a lot of ways to meet people easily in a new place, as long as you're just open to it, because there's probably other people like me. Like I saw, there was this girl who was also solo traveling. And I didn't know that that was a possibility before, and that's why I never would have branched out before to become a solo traveler. But after having that experience, I realized that it was actually quite fun and a very interesting experience to learn more about myself and how to deal with these problems. So basically, solo travel is very scary, especially the thought about it. Like, if I hadn't been forced into that situation, to be honest, I may have never even tried it, because I had the same fears that many people have about solo traveling, that you're not going to find anybody, it's going to be dangerous, and that you're not going to know what to do. And in the beginning, I felt all those things as well, until I just kind of threw myself into it. When I finally accepted, okay, this is the situation I'm in, I'm going to do this, I'm committing to it, I'm not just going to fly home, that's when I started to really enjoy it. And I just had to learn through the experience. I think the thing about solo travel is there's no really way to learn it without just throwing yourself into it. And I think for me, that's why it was so helpful that I was forced into it. Because there are so many fears, but you'll realize through the experience that many of them don't actually exist. Like, most people will walk around alone in their own town. What's so different about doing that somewhere else? It's just that it's somewhere new. So we create these fears in our head, but there's not really much to worry about. If you are super worried, then you could always look online and see what other people recommend first. Where should you go? Where should you avoid? There's a lot of information about that stuff online, and you could know where to go that are the safest parts to start in an easy fashion. Also, the other easy way is just start where there's already a lot of tourists. That's kind of what I did as well. The first place I did where I found that park was I just went to the most highly populated tourist area. So I knew there was other people who may be like me around, and I wasn't as nervous knowing that there was people who also speak the same language as me. I definitely think finding something unexpected is one of the greatest parts of travel, because in your day-to-day life, we often get into a routine. So you're not used to experiencing something new and different. But I think the unexpected parts of travel are some of the best, because you learn so much about yourself and about the world from it. And the thing about traveling on your own versus traveling with people you know in a group, you find that still you have a lot of your own comforts from home by traveling with people that you know. Throwing yourself into a solo travel experience, you're going to learn so much about yourself and about the world because of how different the experiences are and how they really deviate from your normal day-to-day routine. That's why I definitely recommend you try solo travel at least once. While even for me, I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing that I would want to do on every single trip, I really do love to share the experience of traveling with people that I know. I still think it's a very formative experience that you need to have at least once in your lifetime to make yourself both better at traveling and dealing with difficult situations when they arise. And I think in the end, you're really going to love it.